Germany, Europe's largest economy, is standing on the edge of a major crisis. A new report warns that Donald Trump's proposed 20% tariffs on EU imports could trigger a full-blown trade war, one that could cripple Germany's economy. With exports at risk, industrial giants struggling, and investor confidence plummeting, Germany may be heading toward an economic disaster. But how bad could it get? And is Germany prepared to fight back? Let's break it down. How bad could this get? According to economic forecasts, Germany's GDP could shrink by 1.5% by 2028 if Trump's tariffs take effect. That may not sound like much, but in a highly developed economy like Germany's, that's a devastating blow. Key industries could see exports drop by up to 35%. Massive job losses in manufacturing, particularly in the auto sector, plummeting trade with both the US and China, two of Germany's biggest customers. In short, a trade war could push Germany from stagnation to full-blown recession. Germany's economic weaknesses exposed. Germany's economy was already struggling before the threat of tariffs. Now, these vulnerabilities are being magnified. Dependence on exports. Germany relies heavily on exports. Almost 50% of its GDP comes from selling goods abroad. If tariffs slow down exports to the US and China, Germany has no backup plan. Struggling industrial sector. Germany's manufacturing sector is in decline, with industrial output shrinking in 2023 and 2024. Energy costs, labor shortages, and supply chain issues are already crushing German factories. Weak domestic demand. Unlike the US or China, Germany doesn't have a strong consumer-driven economy. If exports drop, there aren't enough domestic buyers to make up for the losses. With a trade war looming, these problems will only get worse. The automotive industry. Germany's biggest loser? Few sectors will be hit harder than Germany's legendary car industry. The US is a top market for German luxury cars. Tariffs would make them significantly more expensive, cutting demand. China is another critical buyer. But if Germany loses US sales, Chinese manufacturers could gain an edge. Job losses could be catastrophic. Germany's auto industry supports over 800,000 jobs. A prolonged trade war could lead to massive layoffs. Volkswagen, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz are already feeling the pressure. Some automakers are considering shifting more production to the US to avoid tariffs, but that means fewer jobs in Germany. Germany versus Trump. Does Berlin have any options? If Trump follows through on his tariff threats, Germany has limited ways to fight back. Retaliatory tariffs. The EU could impose its own tariffs on American goods. But this could backfire, leading to higher prices for consumers and businesses in both regions. Shifting trade ties. Germany could try to deepen economic ties with China and other markets. However, China's own economy is slowing, and relying too much on Beijing comes with risks. Negotiating with the US. Germany and the EU may try to strike a deal with Trump to reduce tariffs. But Trump has historically taken a hardline stance on trade negotiations. What happens next? Economic slowdown begins. Investors are already pulling back, fearing uncertainty. If tariffs are implemented, expect stock market turbulence and business cutbacks. Germany faces political pressure. German politicians will face increasing pressure to protect jobs and industries. Calls for economic reform and stimulus packages may grow louder. Europe braces for impact. Germany is the economic engine of Europe. If it suffers, the entire EU could face economic decline. This could worsen divisions within the EU, as different nations respond in different ways. Final thoughts. Can Germany survive a trade war? Germany is staring down one of its biggest economic threats in years. With Trump's tariffs looming, a struggling industrial sector, and few good options, Berlin may be forced to rethink its entire economic strategy. Will Germany adapt and find new markets? Or will it be dragged into recession by a trade war it can't win? Let me know what you think in the comments. Should Germany fight back against Trump's tariffs or try to negotiate? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more insights on global power struggles.